Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Leo.
Hey, I'm Tony.
Welcome to our video.
Yeah, this is, we call it the Techie Games After Show, but really it's just a fun video.
Yeah, but we usually do it after our other show, so
Well, we do it after the show, so I guess that is still accurate.
I think so.
What are we going to talk about today, Leo?
So on the show, we talked about a lot of games, a lot of games we really liked.
Mordhau!
Mordhau,
Sorry,
A
I'm
Plague
really-
Tale,
I'm really
another
into
great game.
Mordhau.
But what we're going to talk about here is maybe games that maybe didn't do so hot. Maybe that people don't like. Maybe they could be considered flops.
Like Division 2?
Not like the Division 2, although it is funny to bring that up. Apparently, console sales were disappointing.
Yeah, Ubisoft was not happy about
Which is funny. Like, they should be happy.
Division
It
2.
was fine.
I think it's a good game.
It's a great game. And they did not say PC sales. Apparently, you and I, we kept that PC number high.
Hey, Ubisoft? What's up?
We got you.
We got you, dog.
So what would you say, just to get started, we'll kind of bounce around here. It's hard to know about financial flops because a lot of those numbers are kept under wraps, but we'll sort of bounce around a little bit here. What would you say is the number one game that flopped?
Brink.
Not Brink.
Not
Brink is so forgettable that, like, I'm surprised you even remembered it.
I just remember the trailer. I
Yeah.
remember there's a lot of sliding.
Do you remember being impressed?
No, I remember not being impressed at all.
The number one game almost killed the industry in the 80s.
I'm kind of cheating because I have an idea what this one is.
Well, you guys should guess. So take a second.
Ding, ding.
It's based on a movie.
Ding, 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 ding.
It ended up in the landfill in New Mexico, my home state.
Ding, ding. All right, that's enough clues. It's the extraterrestrial.
E.T. So just to get that out of the way,
That was Atari, right?
terrible game. It was on the Atari, I think, 2600.
Yeah.
And it almost single-handedly destroyed the industry.
What about, is Superman 64 on your list?
Superman 64 is on my list.
Yeah, I'm on fire right now. I didn't look at any of these before. He researched it.
Yes. So I did some research, kind of found ones I'd heard of, a few that I thought were kind of interesting, and then, some that are obvious flops. But
I
yeah,
like-
Superman
yeah.
64 is on there. Have you played that game?
No. I only knew ET because we blew the first take.
Yeah. Well, we didn't blow it. We were doing great.
We were doing
the camera blew
the
it.
camera blew it.
Superman 64 is great to watch speedruns of.
I
It
can
is
check
such
it
a bad
out.
game, but speedruns are really fun. Another game, amazing speedruns, terrible game, Sonic 06.
Sonic, I would say the whole Sonic franchise is a flop.
It is, well, that's hard to say.
Every Sonic
They're
game.
making a movie out of it. Couldn't be that much of a flop.
That's the
the next flop.
the epitome of Sonic is that horrendous movie.
Do you remember a game called APB, All Points Bulletin?
Oh yeah, I remember that game.
So that was the people who made GTA, the main dude, I think the creator of Grand Theft Auto. He's like, this is going to be the real shit. It's going to be online. It's going to be amazing. It was online. It was not amazing.
Kind of reminded me of like Saints Row or
Yeah.
what's the Microsoft Crackdown sort
Yeah,
of ish.
it was kind of like that, yeah, but it wasn't
like
good.
over the top.
It was not good.
Yeah, I believe that.
Some other ones. Oh, this is a fun one. John Romero's famous Failure has an awesome name. Terrible game.
From Dusk Till Dawn, didn't he do one of
No,
those
that's
movies?
Quentin Tarantino.
Wasn't he in one of Quentin those?
No, John
Grindhouse?
Romero, the creator of Doom.
Was he in one of those things?
We're real off base here. I'm
All right.
talking, of course, about Daikatana.
Oh wow, I didn't remember that game. Like now
Yeah.
you say it, I
You
know.
remember the ad? John Romero wants to make you his bitch.
Is that what the ad said?
And everyone's like, what?
That's so fucking rude.
It was rude, and also it was a bad game. Didn't help.
Sounds like a really bad game.
Here's some other ones that are just kind of interesting. I thought were just sort of fascinating flops. Superman, you already got two. Tomb Raider 5, The Angel of Darkness.
Yeah, I feel like Tomb Raider
5 specifically.
5 specifically, but
Or actually, I think this was 6.
I feel
'cause
like
5 was
anything
something
beyond
else.
3 and pre-reboot
Yeah, which
was
there weren't
pretty,
very many.
pretty rough.
Yeah, the Crystal Dynamic ones are okay. Like, what's it called? Underworld? Those were okay.
Yeah.
Anniversary. And then we talk about this game a lot. This is probably the only one we actually still play. Final Fantasy
Anthem.
14. No, not Anthem. Although I bet you in 10 years that'll be on
it'll
the
be
list.
the biggest flop. It's going to be a horror story. Final Fantasy 14, it definitely...
It flopped when it first came out.
Yeah, that was
It's
crazy.
since made a significant recovery, and people love it now, myself included.
Yeah, Realm Reborn's real good.
Yeah. The next one, before we get into very recent ones, Duke Nukem Forever, which
Oh,
is
yeah.
actually... We could do a whole episode just on that story of that game, because that game has a very interesting development process. It is an atrociously bad game by every metric, but the story of how it got so bad is a very interesting one.
I feel like Duke Nukem is a franchise so full of anecdotal, like,
Yeah.
childhood stories,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Yeah.
I remember getting...
Duke Nukem
You know,
3D.
Someone gave me like 2 boxes of floppies, and that was Duke
Yeah.
Nukem, right? And I
Yeah.
was trying to get PK unzipping it on my computer.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was an important franchise, did not age well. So these are some of the most recent, and then there's one more I wanted to get into.
Ooh.
No Man's Sky,
Oh yeah,
which was actually not a commercial flop. It sold extremely well, but everyone hated it. And that also has made a significant comeback, and people really like it now.
I still think it looks bad.
No, it's not bad. It has VR.
I think it looks really bad.
Alien Colonial Marines.
Don't
We've talked a little bit about.
Don't.
Sometimes you're wrong, Tony. Not usually, but occasionally
John
you're
Romero
wrong.
directed movies.
I think you're thinking of John Carpenter.
Whiskey, no, it's the other guy.
Whiskey expert.
I'll look it up after this. Who I'm thinking of.
There was another game called Agony that came out recently. It was like trying to be really scary and dark and in hell. Ugh. And there's like vaginas everywhere. It was trying to be really edgy. It sucked.
Vaginas everywhere?
Yeah, it was like it was stupid.
That sounds awesome.
That part was.
I'm going to download Agony. Then you guys want to jump on my custom Agony server?
You're going to be streaming it all night.
Hit me at techyeahpodcast.com. I'm going to be streaming it all night long.
The next couple ones were The Culling 2, which I've never even heard of. I think it was a Battle Royale.
It was a Battle Royale game. It was bad.
The Quiet Man, which I believe you mentioned on our podcast.
I mentioned The Quiet Man. That game was a piece of shit.
The next one we also mentioned, Fallout 76. That was kind of an obvious one.
It's still a piece of shit.
And then this one, which is actually sort of sad, Overkill's The Walking Dead, which put a nail in Starbreeze's coffin and was also shitty. I played at E3 and I remember playing with the developers, nice guys. And I was like, this game sucks, you guys. What happened?
That game, I'll be honest, that game was like there's a certain, I guess, gaming personality, and watching them advertise Overkill's The Walking Dead and like be at their launch thing and like try and sell it to all of his fans.
Yeah.
Like was the nail in the coffin for me with that person. I was just like, I cannot believe you're shilling this thing. Like,
yeah.
Like how much money they give you? Because this looks terrible.
It was not good.
No one is playing this game, is liking this game.
Yeah.
Like, how can you tell people to buy this? You know,
got to do your job.
I guess you got to make that cheddar.
So then one of the last ones, there's a lot more flops, but the one I really want to get into, because all those games are bad.
Yeah.
Well, Final Fantasy 14, but most of these games are bad games you don't need to play.
They at least launched very bad.
Yeah. Yeah. Fair point. But there's one game on here that showed up on more than one list that is an incredibly amazing game, but sold very, very poorly.
We're going to argue.
No, I don't think so. It's a Japanese game, and it's called Okami.
Oh, that's a good game.
Yeah, Okami is pretty much universally adored as far as I've never met a person who doesn't like it. It's a beautifully old Zelda-style game, but it's in this cool art, like Japanese brush style.
And you do like the swipey brush.
Yeah, and it uses motion. It was on the PS2 originally, and then they ported it to the Wii. And then I think there's been ports to everything since, including the PS4.
Yeah.
So I'm sure it's recouped a lot of those losses since then, or they wouldn't keep porting it. But when it came out, it only sold like 300,000 copies or something really low. And it was so bad that that company, what were they called? Clover or Platinum? Or not Platinum, Clover, I think.
Yeah, that sounds right.
But I think it was some of the same people maybe. They actually went under for a while.
Yeah, it's... I didn't play it at launch either. Like I think the first time I saw it was on Wii.
Yeah, same here. I have the Wii port.
And it just seemed appropriate as a Wii game.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people said. It was better. And they released it at a poor time. It was like right at the end of the PS2 life cycle. It was such an odd game. But anyway, it just goes to show, just because a game doesn't have to be bad to sell poorly.
Yeah, that's true. But sometimes
most of these games are bad.
Most
and
of these games are really bad. Yeah, no, I think that's cool. And I'm glad... I think the real story behind these games is I'm glad that some of these games had developers that wanted to make sure they found success.
Yeah.
Because
absolutely.
I think we get so eager to clap back, especially in this modern age, and call everything the worst. And that's why a lot of those Rage 2 talk, or even why can I not Days Gone talk, it's like everyone is so eager to be
bad,
like, this is the worst.
It's not bad.
It's trash. And these games are like living things, right? And especially this era, if you're dedicated to an idea and you want to make it great, these people, if you could really find a way to find new life for these things, right? There's a Stan Lee quote I read today.
Oh,
it
interesting.
says, never let idiots change your mind about a good idea or something like that. Because everyone's gonna tell you your good ideas are dumb, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes they get executed poorly, like a lot of these games. But
and to be fair, sometimes your good ideas are dumb.
Sometimes they are dumb,
and that's okay, because you can't get a good idea without a couple bad good ideas.
Yeah. But if you believe it, go for it.
Yeah. And why not?
Right? Why not?
So that's the lesson here. That being said, don't play Superman 64
or ET
or APB, which I don't think you can play anymore.
Or Brink.
And yeah, you keep bringing up Brink. You really did Brink do something to you?
No, I just remembered it, and I'm pretty excited about that. I've had a very forgetful day, and pulling that one out of the air
Multiple times.
feels real good. Feels real good. Okay.
Well, if you guys have any thoughts on games that you maybe remember that flopped, we'd love to hear.
Or games you just thought were terrible.
Yeah, or maybe that'd be interesting. Maybe we should talk about this next time. Games that we thought were terrible that everyone else liked.
Ooh,
That might be fun.
I got some heaters for
Oh
you.
god, yeah, we're gonna fight, aren't we?
No Man's Sky.
Yeah, we're gonna fight.
Yeah, we're gonna fight.
You don't want to stay tuned for that one.
We fighting, boys. All right, thanks. Love you guys.
Battle Cry V.
TakeYourPodcast.com. Thank you guys. Love you. Bye.